Hello, everyone. Welcome to my first live stream in a long time. This is going to be a lot of fun. I have an announcement that is coming up that I'm so excited about. It's truly going to kick off Amanda 2.0 that I've been referring to. It is a new approach to business, to life. I'm so excited to open it up, invite you in. We're going to talk about it. So, get in the chat. Tell me, where are you tuning in from? I can see people are already here. Hello, Ruid. We've chatted. I hope I'm saying your name right. Colleen, Heather, everyone else hop in the chat. Tell me where you're coming from, what you think this announcement is going to entail. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I couldn't figure out Instagram, but alas, it'll be cool. So we got Florida tuning in. Awesome. I'm tuning in from Austin, Texas. It's going to be a lot of fun to do this. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. We've got Edmonton, Alberta. What's up, Clayton? Love it. Love that people are here. All right. So this, for those of you that if you've been on my email list, and if you're on my email list, or if you're not on my email list, you're really missing out. I have been working really hard the last several weeks, deep diving into how to communicate human design to those of you that have not yet gotten the bug, right? Who have not yet picked up this amazing system. And I have had a series of emails that have been going out leading up to today that have really just begun to educate you on this. And I want to just quickly catch up those that are not on my email list to get you up to speed on what those insiders know. And if you're not on my email list, come on, let's be friends. Like, get on there. Watch the Quick Start Guide to Human Design after this. Stay here with me for now. So human design, when you get into human design, it quickly becomes a lens through which you view the world. And it is essentially a map. When you look up your human design chart, it is a visual for who you were born to be. And in this series of emails that I'm talking about, I talked about the difference between nature and nurture. A lot of people, when you say, "Oh, well, how can people just know who you're born to be based on the time that you're born?" There's a lot of skepticism about that. And I encourage you to stay a skeptic, my friend. You do not need to take anything for what it is. Like, take it for what it is, but then experiment with it. That's what it's all about. But there's this concept within human design about nature versus nurture. You were born a certain way, but as you have aged, you have been told how to be different. Don't do it that way. Like, why are you so X, Y, and Z? There's all these things that come up that as we grow up, we naturally move away from how we naturally are. And this moving away from who we are isn't necessarily bad. Being adaptable and being able to be trained and to, like, we don't want kids like running in the street and whatnot, right? Like, I definitely don't want my son doing that. There's nothing bad about adaptability. In fact, when you look at your human design chart and you see the white areas of your chart, these are areas where you are receptive to other people's energy, where you're going to take on conditioning to feel like how other people are, and you try to imitate, like you try to be like them. That's where you're really going to be trained away from who you uniquely are. However, that's also where your profit potential is. That's where your wisdom lies as well. So the areas where we're receptive to nurturing or being pulled away from our nature, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But what is bad is when we make ourselves wrong for our nature. And this is so incredibly common, especially in families. So if you're here and you know your human design, I want you to get into the chat. I want you to tell me, what is your design? Tell me, I'm a 4-1 projector, right? I'm a 4-1 projector. If you know your channels, feel free to put them in there. Welcome, everyone. Lara, the C family from Korea. Love it. So when you make yourself wrong for who you are, it pulls you away from this inner guidance system that we all have access to. You might resonate with the concept, follow your gut, listen to your intuition, like feel into your emotions. Like what is it? What is your body saying is the right next step for you? When we get pulled out of, we get nurtured away from our nature, we're told, don't do that. Like that's too out there. Like you have all these crazy ideas. You just need to ground yourself and you just need to study. You just need to focus. And that's not your nature, right? But you make yourself wrong for being the person that is a little bit more out there, that is going your own way, carving your own path, doing your own thing. And you get pulled into this other way of being. And when you do that transition, when you get pulled out of your nature, you lose connection to, I don't know what my gut is saying. I don't hear my intuition clearly. And so we move through life making decisions from a mental standpoint. And this is how we get out of alignment. I am in a big way moving back to being in alignment with my true self. And you guys are watching it in real time unfold on this YouTube channel. Someone the other day, I was just on a call with him. He's like, I can't believe you haven't like closed down doors to what you're doing behind the scenes. Like, this is the moment that I would be retreating and hiding. And I totally get that. But I wanted to share the process, share the journey, because I want to encourage other people to go on this journey. There is such a beautiful thing that occurs when you recognize, who was I born to be? And accept and love these parts of yourself that you might have shunned due to the family that you were raised in, or the people that you surround yourself in that don't really see that or get that. So this alignment, this moving back to who I specifically am born to be, has been a very transformative process. And for years, I have attempted to hide it on this YouTube channel. I've had it happen in the background. You know, it's this thing that's going on, but I'm not going to talk about it. Or, you know what, let me make one video about it. And I come out and I talk about it. And then that video still, if you go to Google and you type in what's human design, it's the first video to pop up, which is amazing. Slowly, people that are interested in human design have started coming to my channel, right? And people have joined my email list that are interested in human design. And this slow shift has begun to occur. And I'm still very much the person I previously was, right? In terms of my interests, YouTube, video marketing, all that jazz. But now there's like this new thing that's emerging. So as I have gone on this journey, it has been a complete worldview shift. And the individuals within my life aren't as into it as I am, right? I have become a total nerd for this stuff. And I want, once again, to know, if you are here and you are into human design, go in the comments and tell me that you are into this. And if you don't know your human design, we're gonna kick off your journey right here, my friend. Okay, head to mybodygraph.com and type in your birth info. Yes, it's based on when you're born. Like I said, stay skeptical if you are skeptical about it. Head to mybodygraph.com, type in when you were born. It's going to spit out this crazy looking chart thing, and go into the chat. At one point, there's going to say like a fraction, and it's going to say 3-5. And then it'll say projector, or it'll say generator, manifesting generator, manifester, all of those things. We've got a self-projected projector from the Netherlands. Love it. So awesome. Welcome. My human design teacher was a self-projected projector. Or is. Anyway, when you, oh gosh, lost my train of thought. Here we go. Connecting the dots. When you go on this transformation, it can be a lonely experience. So my husband gets so tired of hearing me talk about my ahas with human design. My friends are interested, and at the same time, I am the one guiding them on this journey, right? There's only so much that you can talk about with human design with others who have yet to get the bug, right? So I'm really trying to infect others with this bug. But I also know there's other people out there. We got a 1-4 generator. We got a 4-6 manifesting generator. Love it. Joe. Awesome. Melanie, 1-4 generator. Yeah. So there's this problem that occurs when you get into this system where suddenly you completely shift your worldview and you get a insight into your nature. And as you return to that nature and as you decondition from the ways that you've been nurtured to move away from your nature, which was a protective measure at one point in time, so that you could fit into the family, so that you could have friends at school, so that you could have a career and make money. As you move back to this core essence of who you are, you really get to hear your inner guides a lot more, like your inner guidance system. This can be your intuition. This can be your gut. It could be following your heart. For Matilda, hopefully I'm saying that right. Matilde. I'm not sure. Apologies if I'm butchering it. Hers is self-projected. She needs to hear herself talk. She is someone that verbalizes her identity, and she needs to have others that listen back to her and reflect what they're hearing. And then she can gain clarity by what she's actually saying out loud, right? So we each have a unique way that we specifically are guided by God, right? Like I specifically see it as God. Other people might see it as the universe or the source or whatever. There's this feeling that occurs. And I want you to think about a moment in your life where you decided to make a decision based on your gut instinct versus a mental decision. You know, that job was perfect. Everything was lined up. It seemed like on paper, it should have been a perfect match, but there was something inside you. You were just like, ugh, I just can't do it. I can't do it. As we make decisions, when we really tap into that gut response or, you know, the intuition and whatnot, you slowly gain further clarity on how to trust it more, right? How to work with it to really gain, I don't even want to say gain clarity, because there's an element that your gut doesn't tell you why you shouldn't go down that path. You know, it's like, but when you overwrite it and you go down that path and something happens and it's devastating, you learn, maybe I should listen to that thing, you know? So here we go. Let's go in the chat. Love it. Watching from Turkey. My brother was just in Turkey. Quad 4 as well. Quad right. Melanie Hall, as am I. Okay, we've got a 5-1 environmental projector. You did my reading. Yes, Angela. Hey. And we've got a LinkedIn user. For some reason, LinkedIn isn't coming through. Yes, feel this way too with dreams. Yes, quad right. Okay, awesome. This is awesome. Glad I jumped on. First time I've heard of this. Generator 6.2. Awesome, Patrick. Yeah, I really hope that you grab onto this and this gives you the bug that I'm talking about. We've got a 1.3 generator as well. I've looked a bit into human design, but it is still pretty new to me. So what I'm really describing at the core, and in a little bit, I'll start to kind of move towards the announcement that we're going to have here, but the core essence of human design is merely to understand, who was I born to be? And if I can live and embody that individual of who I was born to be, my nature, you already are it. But there's these extra things that you've been nurtured into that are not you, that have shifted you into a different career path, that have gotten you into a relationship that doesn't feel right, that makes you live in a city that doesn't feel right, that gets you into a friend group that doesn't feel right. Like whatever it is, our body has this way of saying, you're off track, you're off track. And in human design, we refer to this as your signature themes. So for generators, if you're a generator listening to this, you're going to experience frustration. Anytime you experience frustration in your life, that's a signpost. You're off track. For projectors, it's bitterness. It's that full body resentment where you're just like, I just want to slap you upside down. I have wisdom to share with you and you don't want to listen to me. You know, that feeling of just like bitterness. For manifestors, it's going to be anger. I didn't see any manifestors in there. For reflectors, it's disappointment, right? So we have these ways that we are communicated with via God, however you resonate with it. I'm going to continue using God. It's like God saying, hey, there's a better way. There's an easier path. If you just would listen, right? If you just would be willing to trust, if you could let go of control and stop making decisions based on pros and cons lists and really tap into your body and feel into the wisdom that is within it and make decisions from that place, then you'll get back into alignment, because at any moment in time, you have the choice to get back into alignment. On this YouTube channel, I felt out of alignment. I was so bitter about the YouTube channel or the YouTube algorithm not promoting me to more people, And I was just sitting over here like, this is so annoying. And if you watch some of my old videos, you'll see it too. And it's like, I watched people that started right when I started, and they have 250,000 subscribers, and I'm sitting at like 60 and like crawling my way up. It's like, oh, why am I not seen? All those things. It's like, okay, you know what? I wasn't living in alignment. Okay, and then I'm about to move to this announcement. So if you have a feeling of what it is, go ahead and put it in the chat. We're gonna play the guessing game here. So, that I want you to know, actually go in the chat right now. Tell me, is there an area of your life where you currently feel out of alignment? What is it? Relationships, career, your love life? This could be a first step for you. Your friend group. What, if any, area in your life do you feel, there's something here? I don't know what it is. I know, or maybe it's like an emerging that's coming. It's a transformation that's underneath the surface, and it's like sitting right here. And you're like, I could feel it. I could feel I'm on the verge of something new, but I can't extract it. I can't see it. There's so much fog, and I don't understand how to go there. Professional career for sure. Yeah, Amber says professional career. Joe's giving me yes, yes, yes everywhere. Dynamo, love it. Yeah. Well, I don't love that. I'm sorry. Patrick says where I live and my day job, working to change both already. Yeah. So what if you decided to go about this in an unconventional way that was truly tapping into the wisdom that your body has to offer and understanding how to best connect with that rather than making decisions from the mind? Now, from a human design lens, we call this strategy and authority. And it's so easily overwritten. If you've been studying human design, you very quickly move beyond it. You're like, yeah. Wait for the invitation. Okay, tell me all the cool stuff. Tell me about my channels. Tell me about my gates. Tell me about my profile, whatever it is. And yet that's the core essence of human design. It's all about, how do I tap deeper into my decision-making framework that is my strategy and authority. So for me as a projector, wait for the invitation. Then I have splenic authority. This is a voice that speaks to me. It's like a whisper I grew up Christian, and I very much resonate with a voice that speaks to me from a Holy Spirit perspective, right? It's funny how people think that there's like a gap between Christianity and human design. I could do a whole video on that. I think it's a hilarious thing. But anyway, I digress. So you feel there's something emerging. You've got family dynamics. We've got career, relationships. All right, we've got something in everyone. Career, probably the worst. He's a 1-4 man Jin. Yes, Amber. I've been studying astrology for the last few months, and now I've come across human design. Both seem to be helpful tools in my journey, and I'm so excited to learn more. Yes. Okay, awesome. Now, here's what I would say. So many people, and then I'm about to make this announcement. I'm coming up on 18 minutes here. Just keep talking. Human design is actually more than a tool. It is a method for connecting to something greater than you. And it's scary to go this unconventional path of following the wisdom of your body. It's challenging to hear something, in my case, hear my intuition speak and say, hey, go do this thing. Hey, Amanda, you have a YouTube channel on video marketing and you're bitter about it. It's not really working. And I've told you a million times that you should talk about human design online, and you're not listening. And yet you're bitter. So why don't you just start talking about human design? And I'm like, I don't want to. I have to do all these things, I have to like feed my family and whatnot. And I just don't want to be that person, whatnot. Well, that only leads to bitterness. So for the last 3 years, I have really devoted to following this strategy and authority, and it's challenging. It's scary. It's not easy, and it can be a lonely path that makes you question your own sanity as you move through it. And yet, it's so freeing when you do it. So, introducing, drum roll, please, my people. You can drum roll in your own house, like. I am putting together an immersive human design experience for those that are ready to lean fully in to this experiment, to the unconventional path of finding alignment in their life by following their body's innate wisdom. And we're going to do this in a very fun way. Like, this is not going to be an online course. This is not going to be anything with like specific structure and everything, because many reasons for my design. We're going to go to freaking Bali together and do this. It's going to be amazing. So I'm going to put the link to the info in the chat. I'm going to describe this to you. This is a 4-month experience for anyone ready to lean all in with this system, really grasp not beyond a mental understanding of human design into the physical experience of how they specifically experience their authority or their strategy and authority, how it operates for them, and be able to experiment with it to be able to get these things that are out of alignment back into alignment in your life. It's not going to happen overnight. It is not going to necessarily give you mental clarity on if you're on well, actually you will know if you're on the right track or not. I'll walk you through how to know that. But it's a journey that I'm very excited about. It's a community of people that are ready to dive deep together and not be alone in this experience because your husband or your mom or your friends aren't in it, right? You're going to have a support system to lean in, to process, to dive into your design and to reflect and ask questions like, hey, I don't really understand what this means. This is kind of cryptic. Can you help me translate this into practical knowledge? So if this sounds exciting to you, please say yes, yes, yes in the chat. Like, let's hear the excitement in the chat. So I'm going to give you kind of some quick details on it. And then I'm going to answer questions too. So if you have any questions, start thinking about them. I don't have anyone with me here to collect the questions. So maybe hold them until I tell you to put, or actually go ahead and put them in the chat. Amber saying, yes, love it. So the way that this is going to work, we're going to have a deep connection call in July. We are going to dive deep together. We're going to get to see everyone's chart that joins. Oh, and I should also say before I dive into this, the first 8 people to join are going to get it at an early bird discount rate. And if you join before May 28th, you're going to get an extra special bonus that is going to help you use this container to really make huge change within your business. I'm going to be giving you a insight into how I've personally been using this in my business and how you can not get stuck in the weeds, but really like get a high level perspective on it and actually make changes to truly transform. So deep connection call in July. We're going to kick off, look at everyone's charts together, really get to know each other, really form that connection with one another, set intentions for the trip, talk about which areas of your life really you're feeling out of alignment, what you know about human design, where you're starting. This offer is available to new people to human design who are ready to dive deep, as well as people that have been in their experiment for years and just feel lonely in the process. And they want a community of people to talk to about what they're learning, who you don't have to educate. So it's really for both parties. And the person that comes in that has more experience will just be able to riff off of each other at a deeper level, which will only enhance the collective experience of this fun adventure, both online and in person in Bali. Deep connection call in July. I'm also going to give you resources. Any resource that I have on human design, which I have collected many throughout the years. I'm an investigator. I will give you tracks by the founder himself. I will give you access to documents where you can read about your specific design, not just a download that you've got from someone online that's maybe changing the language. The way that you truly transform with this information is to go to the source material of it and read it, because the words, while they might seem cryptic, they actually carry a frequency that go through your body. And so for someone, the best way to study human design is for you to really read the actual words and understand it and to feel it and then experiment with it. Because once again, it's not mental, it's in the body. It's really feeling into that in the body. Then after the call, we're going to have a group chat that will be going from July to October. And this is your place to do your experiment, study at your own pace, nerd out with those that went to, other people that are also human design nerds like myself, and have a place, have an outlet and a support system as you move through this journey. Because what's going to happen is you learn strategy and authority, like, oh, I'm a generator, I need to respond. What does that mean? I don't understand that. Oh, I'm supposed to have an and that comes out of my mouth. I don't get that. I don't have that. Oh, but you know what I do have? I have this rush, this feeling that comes up whenever there's something that feels good. Like I'm like, do you want to eat pizza tonight? And you're like, oh yes, whatever it is, or no, right? Like you can feel it in your body. We're really going to be reflecting on that actual physical frequency in your body. So the group chat is for that. Then September 28th to October 4th, we're going to be going to Bali. I'm so excited. I'm someone that loves to travel. I don't get too often anymore now that I have a little 14-month-old. And I'm going to be leaving him at home. We're going to be going on the road together, deep diving, being in aura with one another. We're going to be nerding out together. We're going to be moving through our itinerary, which you can check out in that link in the description below. And really embodying your true self and giving you unapologetic, like being fully unapologetic in who you are. And when everyone is going to do this on the trip, we're going to notice a couple rubs. 50% of us are off the emotional wave. We don't have a consistent experience of emotions. And you can know this by looking at your chart and seeing if you have the center that is off to the right. This is, I guess, right. Off to the right. It's like a little triangle. If it's white within your chart, you are off the emotional wave. If it is colored in your chart, you are on the emotional wave. And there might be times where you're on the trip and someone else that is emotionally defined and you are not is revving you up a little bit. I want you to experience that. I want you to feel it in your body. What does it feel like? Where is this showing up in your everyday life that is making you avoid confrontation and truth? And can you practice speaking your truth in this safe container to be unapologetically yourself? And then you get to take that home and really integrate it into your life. So that is the experience within Bali. Then when we get back, you're going to have 1 month in the chat as well to further integrate this information into your life. And then we're going to end with a deep connection call or another, integration call at the very end, because integration is everything. No matter what experience you go on, whether it's a Tony Robbins event, whether it's a plant ceremony that you sit in, whatever it is, whether it's a trip, like a trip that you take to another foreign country, that always changes something for me. It is actually the integration where the true magic happens. It's not actually the trip itself. So I'm really going to give you guys tools to integrate this, to hold space for it. So this integration call will really help reflect upon our intentions, takeaways, as well as close the container. And you will truly walk away with truly like lifelong friends who will nerd out with you on this moving forward. Like I can guarantee it. And I will be one of your close friends as well, because that's how I'm designed to be. Good afternoon, digital slang. Lillian, welcome. Moving to France in the fall. How fun. I love it. So let me know what questions are coming up for you on this experience. This is about 30 minutes in. I have talked and talked and talked on this, and I love it. I didn't even have anything planned, which is fun. I'm learning to lean into my spontaneousness. So this experience, you know what? Let's throw this in. Anyone who chooses to join this journey before I get off this live call, I'll give you a free reading, free human design reading, kick off your journey. Okay. So I'll be paying attention to see if anyone joins. That is going to expire once this ends. So if you're here live, all 16 of you, you have this opportunity. All right. So quick recap for those of you that are joining late. This is an immersive human design experience where I'm going to help you get back into alignment or help guide you in how to really tune into your inner guides or your inner guidance system to recognize where you're off track in your life and how you can slowly shift things back in terms of your work, your love life, the friends that you're around, your environment, where you live. It's a 4-month experience to lean into the unconventional path of following the wisdom of your body rather than making mental decisions to experience true transformation. And for those of you that join before May 28th, you're also going to get access to that business design workshop that I mentioned previously, where I'm going to totally nerd out on how I have done this within my own business. If you've noticed, things look very different on my YouTube channel than they did 6 months ago. I am taking an entirely different approach to content creation. It is feeling a lot easier than it previously did. I am breaking through in a new way and coming out about my voice and really owning who I am. And there's still more to go. All right. Welcome, Omar from Quebec. Love it. So let me see if I can just quickly share this screen. This is my first time doing this. So it's easiest with 2 monitors, works best on a computer. All right, let's just do it. I'm going to choose entire screen. You're going to see me double for a second here. We're going to go over here. I'm not going to be able to see y'all. Just realize that. Can you see this? Hopefully you can see this. Say yes in the chat. Let me go back and see. Okay, we should be able to see it. Hopefully you can see this. All right, so this is the sales page. You have 4 days before to join in order to get that business design workshop. It's going to be epic. It will literally make this a trip to Bali a write-off, which is amazing. So describing, that your body holds innate wisdom. Do you trust it? This experience is for those really ready to lean all into this experiment, experience true transformation. Who this is for, you feel a transformation emerging within you. You're ready to get back into alignment in one of those areas of life that I previously mentioned. You're excited to go about this in a very unconventional way and return back to the nature of who you are. You love studying human design source material, or you want to learn. This is not for someone that's going to show up in the chat and just say, hey, can you tell me who I am? No. You got to do your own work. You got to read the source material, and it's going to be fun. You're going to freaking love it. It's like, I don't know if you've ever read a personality test. You're like laughing the whole time because you're like, wow, this is so real. This will be like that experience as well. And you crave a community to nerd out with unapologetically. You don't have to bother your husband, your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad, your friends, like with this information, your kids, which is a whole other thing that you can do. You can go watch this video that I stayed up till 2 a.m. last night editing. It will be coming out on YouTube tomorrow. We're going to have the deep connection call in July. And let me just double check that you guys can indeed see this. Hopefully you can. I will learn afterwards. Deep connection call in July. We're going to go to Bali, also a group chat from July to October. And then after we get back from Bali, we'll have the integration call. And this is the itinerary, right? We're going to go to Ubud. We're going to go to Tabanan. I don't know if I'm saying that right, to see some rice fields. And also Canggu. I learned how to say that properly. It's going to be a lot of fun to be in Canggu, explore some beautiful beaches, lay on the sand together, soak up the fun, and then we'll depart and we'll handle everything else for you. So everything is included. You get 2 meals per day. We're going to be staying at 4-star resorts. You're going to get all your transportation in Bali, different cultural experiences, You also will have free time to explore, and it's $3,200 for the first 8 of you to join, which is a steal for a trip like this. It's going to be amazing. And then after those first 8 spots sell out, then it's going to be $3,500. And once again, if you join during this call, and all you have to do is put a down payment as well to solidify your first 8, and then you got to make your final payment by June 30th. Ooh, I caught an error. I got to make that change. June 30th, you'll have to make your final payment to solidify your spot. But if you join before the end of this call, I'll also throw in a free human design reading for you. All right. And then also May 28th, join before this Sunday at midnight, and you will get access to this extra special bonus. It's going to be amazing. So, all right, let me stop sharing my screen, figure out how to do that. Hopefully that actually showed. We'll see. And I'm going to start wrapping this video. Oh, actually, yeah, let's see. Let me make sure we don't have any questions here. Are we supposed to be seeing the Bali page? We don't see anything. Dang it. All right, that's annoying that we didn't see it. All right, I'm going to put it in the chat again for those of you that want to check out the actual page. Hello, Whitney, Holistic Money. Joe, there's a trip to Bali, and pre and post trip calls. Are there additional meetings during the 4-month period going on? No, it's very much going to be like an asynchronous kind of experience. The additional call that will be occurring is the business design workshop. So essentially there's going to be 1 call per month leading up to the trip, but you have to join before May 28th to get that second business design workshop call, which is going to totally transform your experience of the trip too, just because it's going to be taking a little bit more of a business approach on this. And you can really integrate that information into your experience as well. All right, so we have... I'm interested in human design, but I think you need to know the time of my birth in order to get started. Is that correct? If so, what do I do if I do not know what time I was born? Amazing question. That's a fantastic question. So here's what you're going to do. First off, if you know morning or night, great. You've just closed in on your window of how to do what I'm about to tell you. That is super helpful. But let's say what you're going to do is you're going to go, you obviously know your birthday, hopefully, and the year that you're born. Some people don't, interestingly enough, but I digress. So you're going to type in your birthday, where you're born, and then you're going to start with midnight or 1 a.m. Let's say 1 a.m. You're going to type in 1 a.m. You're going to create the chart, take a screenshot of the chart, go back, edit it, and put 3 a.m. Move forward, take a screenshot of the chart, go back, 5 a.m. Actually, you know what? Let's say 1 a.m., 6 p.m. or 6 a.m., noon the next day, 6 p.m., as well as right before midnight, like 11:55. And you're going to see how much does the chart change throughout this day. The profile, which is that fraction looking number, is definitely going to change quite a bit throughout it. That's going to be the one thing that, like, the more dialed in you can be, the better. However, you're going to see like, oh, there's only an opportunity for a generator with these channels this day. Or, oh, you know what? I could potentially be a generator, manifesting generator, or a projector on this same day. If that's the case, then it's going to take an expert, like I can totally help you with this, or anyone else online if you want to do like a human design reading with someone else, to really help you dial in and ask questions to gain clarity on which one might be your design, like when you were born, because there's these qualities that are going to show up differently if you're a generator, manifesting generator, or projector, or manifester, whatever it is. So that's really how you're going to discover that time, and you experiment with it. So if I didn't know the exact time that I was born, then I would kind of keep both in mind, and I would move through the experiment to see which one is most consistent, like which one has the most consistent energy that I have access to within my chart. So I will definitely walk you through how to go about that when you, if you choose to join this experience. What are the dates again? So deep connection call in July, September, and then the business design workshop will be happening in August. Then September 28th through October 4th, we're going to Bali. Then in once we get back, it's going to be actually early November that we're going to do the integration call. So those are kind of the dates, and we're going to dial in the exact times based on whoever joins. Awesome, Omar. Glad you've been to Bali back in 2019. Amanda, it may be worth it to share your screen with the landing page. We weren't able to see it. It was sharing an image from your upcoming video. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is my first time doing this, and for some reason, it's not working. Ooh, I could share the actual promo video though. No, I'll save that. Let me try again. Let me pull out the actual tab and see if this works. And the annoying thing, they say that like it's good to have 2 different screens is what it's recommending here. So it only allows me to share StreamYard or the entire screen. I'm just gonna, yeah, I don't think it's gonna work, to be honest. I don't think I wanna, I'm gonna have to research that a little bit more and figure out how to do that. So anyway, any final questions before I wrap this session? And remember, if you join before the end of this, you will get a free human design reading with me. I'm not offering that to anyone else outside of this because that's time, you know. But and then also if you join before Sunday, like if you're an emotional authority and you need to sleep on this, by all means, you have till Sunday to decide if this is right for you. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions and help anyone process whether this is right for them. Human design is not for everyone. It can be triggering for some people. Some people aren't ready for it. And that's okay. Like if that's you, listen to it, you know? But if there's something about it that is pulling you in, that you see the truth in it, even if you've just discovered it and you're like, wow, I love the idea of following my body's innate wisdom and really connecting with what I see as a deeper connection to God, to understand how to move through life and have that guidance system. It's like the parable, I guess, of the 2 footsteps in the 2 sets of footsteps in the sand, right? It's like, I don't know if y'all know this one, but it's like, God, how come there's, when I look at my life, I see 2 sets of footprints in the sand, but there are times where there's only 1 set of footprints. Like, why did you abandon me during that time? It's like, no, that's actually when I carried you, right? I think it's a beautiful thing when you look at human design from that lens of, wow, I don't have to be in control. I actually can step out of the driver's seat. I can sit in the passenger seat and I can watch life unfold in front of me and have that guidance of where to go to get into alignment, to live a life of less resistance, and to really fulfill my purpose on this earth. So if that is exciting to you at all, I don't hesitate to join this trip. I will guide you in the process. It will be amazing. And it will be truly transformational for anyone that chooses to join. So if you have any remaining questions, feel free to email me, amanda@amandahorvath.com. Have patience with me as I get back to you. And also, if you would rather Voxer me and ask questions, then we can totally do that as well. And I'm going to reserve the right to, if you are asking a question that is not related to that, then I'm not going to engage. Okay. So, because that's, gotta have boundaries, people. So my name is just Amanda Horvath on Voxer, and you are welcome to do that as well. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so very excited to kick this off. I'm so very excited to guide people on this journey. I know it's going to be totally transformational. I personally can't wait to have this community, and I look forward to meeting you. All right. Thanks for tuning in.